it's funny because I know all the pros think the same shit that he did, but he got flamed for it.
I mean, yeah.
What?
Major Maniac last year calling the player cards Yu-Gi-Oh cards and that they're useless.
Well, if you have a bad player card and then call it bad, you're kind of setting yourself up. You have to wait until you get like that 95, and then you're like, yo, these player cards don't mean shit.
I'm taking the Burger King on the goddamn chin, bro.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for my redemption arc.
That's
I'm taking it on the chin. You know what's funny too about that is since I've had that burger card, there's been like 6 players that have had worse cards than me, but mine's still the only one that's fucking talked about.
They stopped. I think they stopped doing the crown. Did they stop?
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a lot of
just gotta embrace that.
There was a lot of like.
Oh, I've taken it on the fucking chin.
There was a lot of like 50s this year that didn't have them, so like it is kind of fucked up. I don't think they ever should have started it in the first place, if I'm being honest.
What? You can wallbang that fucking green box that easily?
You can wallbang everything, Tom.
You can wallbang everything.
Oh, dude.
Yo, Tom, how come you went with the 18-year-olds this year?
I just want to switch it up. Honestly, just have unknown people kind of on the team. You know what I mean? Like do it more of like a community-based team, because all those guys are in like my sub-8s and shit. You know?
I respect it.
I found all those guys in like my subscriber rate, so it's like more of like a community. We wanted it to be more of a community team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Building a little farming system, Tom.
Plus you guys all kind of like broke up, or everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Like it's not like you guys stay together, you know. So like if you guys all stay together, it might have been different. Because I would be like, yeah, let's just run it back. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. I was like, why go with one guy when I can just like we can make a community team. I got to talking with the guys on what to do with it. And that's basically where we ended up.
I respect it.
And it's fun too, because they're all young, and I know they probably got a lot to work on, but it's fun to see them progress and like adapt and try to adapt. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's probably lit seeing them play the tournaments and like actually like put up good fights.
But yeah,
it's very.
They were winning series. You know,
it's very encouraging, Tom. You get it? Very encouraging.
Absolutely.
And encouraging, you know.
Yeah. So it's basically yeah. Honestly, it's been cool too, because those guys have played in like the challenges and shit, and they put in like the sub-8s and shit. You know, like those guys have been a part of it, so it makes sense too.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
I think challengers in COD. I think COD is the only esport where the tier 2 scene means absolutely nothing.
The what? What means nothing?
Like the tier 2 scene. So for example, like if you look at like CS:GO for example, right? If you have like a player or a team that's like winning a shit ton in like the tier 2 scene, they get picked up into the league instantly. I feel like COD's the only fucking esport right now that doesn't do that. Like if you actually think about it.
You say somebody's frying and challenging.
No, not just frying. I'm talking about strictly winning. Like if you look at any other esport, in the world, like if there's a specific like team, for example. So for example, like our FaZe Black team last year, right? Like in other esports, if there's a team in like the tier 2 scene that's winning everything, they usually get picked up in the league like instantly. And COD's like one of the few esports that doesn't do that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I guess it's kind of just.
Let's go, Tam.
It's more just whoever's fucking cooking, or whoever gets kind of put on. You know what I mean? Because it's not a lot of spots, to be honest with you. Think about it.
Well, especially now.
If anything, a lot of people are losing their spots, and then other spots are going elsewhere. You know, so it's just tough to get in, bro. Honestly. I'm gonna go to a listening. I'll be right back.
Go Sanchez.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yo.
How many series do you think Falcons wins this year?
I think they're going to be better than what people think. I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league at all.
Whoa, what? That's a fucking hot take. Who do you think's worse than them? You poke me. I think I know who you're going to say, but...
I'm not going to say who's going to be the worst. I don't really know who's going to be the worst. I just think that after the first few weeks where Falcons actually gets to play everyone, that they're going to be better than what people think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, bro, those guys are like able to keep up with, like, they're able to shoot with the phase boys, and those guys don't even scrim. Like, they were off no scrims on EWC, like, and they're fighting. You give them not the, everyone gave them the pool that had the #1, and like the teams that got first and second were in their pool. Like, it was quite literally impossible for them to make it out. So like, even judging them off EWC isn't fair, to be honest, and I still think they like overperformed in a way. I think they'll be fine. They're probably going to have to make some changes. I don't necessarily think that roster is like the fucking end-all be-all for them, but I do think that they're going to be more competitive than what people think. Like, who knows, bro? They might be a fucking dirty-ass Neslo team for all we know, you know? They might just be like fucking 2-3-5s, like sneak a hardpoint and good S&D team. Like, I don't know. But I think that it's not going to be just like as simple as they're going to be the worst team. Like, I think there's going to be more depth to it.
I played them in Challengers, bro.
I've never played them before, so that also, like, maybe I'm not the best person to ask. I'm just going off of what I kind of saw at EWC, but...
Who's the fastest player in the league that just runs it down?
Kyler. Not in the league currently, but Kyler. Maybe 04.
Imagine 4 Kylers on one team. That's what it feels like playing them.
Exactly, so they're going to win some series, especially if they have, like, a day of Call of Duty when they're really on point and, like, you know how league matches are, like, it's at one match that day. Like, if they're on point at 4:30 that day, like, any given person can win. So, like, and they're going to be, dude, those guys are going to be coming over. They're going to be passionate as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I think people underestimate them a little bit. Like, I would personally never underestimate a team like that because those are the type of teams that, like, are just the mega sleepers. Those kids have nothing to lose. They're coming in, like... They have their fucking home representing them, like, or they're representing their home, like.
How ass is it though, being one of the players that's like on the bubble of getting in the league, and then just knowing that you can't get on 2 teams?
I don't really think about it that much, to be honest.
Really?
No. Just kind of do the process and just let it unfold. I don't ever really think about things like that too much. Like, yeah, it's obviously unfortunate, but like. No amount of complaining I do will ever like change that or fix that. So like I've just like kind of done my best to like mentally accept it and just.
You know what I'm still confused about though is like, you know how this year how there were a couple like league teams that got bought out or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how many orgs were trying to buy in?
Yeah, that's.
Why did they not open up more spots? I'm not understanding that from a business perspective or like any perspective at all. If you have this many orgs trying to buy in, why not just let them in?
I think they did that with Overwatch off rip, and they had too many problems before they let the teams in, and it just compounded, right? So I think what they're trying to do is make everything as stable as possible before they try introducing more. Because like right now, I think they're still figuring out what they currently have. And I think until they can like figure it out with what they currently have, that adding 4 more teams is just going to make everything even more of a mess on their end. For us, it makes sense that they add 4, and it's like very hard to like kind of see past that, because I do agree they should be able to have 16. Fucking DDL had fucking or CWL had 16. Like, how hard can it be? But I'm sure there's just talks at the high table that prevent it from happening. Statistics that prevent it from happening, numbers that aren't high enough. Yeah, Raph, that's exactly. I mean, I don't think it really takes rocket science to know that. I mean, obviously as a player you want more spots. I'd love 16 teams. I'd be fucking kicking my feet, no doubt. But I also like to think from a business standpoint with all those decisions so that I understand them better. Like, what if you were an Activision spot? What if you were one of those guys at that table? Of course you're not going to keep bleeding your company's money when they can't even figure out the current format and how to make it to where teams all make money. Until they make it to where people can all make money, why would they add another 4? They've already done that with Overwatch. They've learned from it. So like if they don't learn from their business like failures and when it comes to like franchise leagues, then they're never going to learn. So until they figure it out with 12, I don't see them adding 16. Which every year I feel like they take small breadcrumb steps to the right format or to the right steps to take, but then sometimes they also take steps back. It just depends on which way you're talking about. Certain format issues or certain formats and shit gets better, and then like the next year but now we have 7 online matches in less lands, and it's like. Yeah, and original franchising going into MW19 was an extra player on each team as well. Agreed. So it also got cut down to 4v4, which is even less spots. Forgiving the buy-in was pretty insane, honestly. I didn't really expect that. I mean, I felt like it was the right thing to do, but I did not by any means expect that. I was actually very surprised they did that. But that's good for the orgs. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, we need to be able to bring back the, like Omit should be able to have a stable ecosystem in COD. Rise should be able to have, like, United, like, all these orgs should be able to exist in COD without throwing in $25 million. Otherwise, you're just hurting your game so bad. It's all been common sense this whole time. You just have to wait for the people that make the decisions to see it before anything changes. Until those people see what's going on, it really doesn't matter. How do you feel about the new sub? The song's really good.
Dude, that was a fucking
it's very good up
cooler,
close.
dude. Holy shit.
Map 4? No? Yeah? Or was that series?
No, it's map 4. It's 2-1 right now. 2-1.
Blue team?
Brazos
Or
team.
red team, yeah.